Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is jolly good in your lives, and I hope your Sims games are working because mine is not. But all is well, we'll be okay. My build save works, so we're safe to make build content. So that's something I'm now just realising that I haven't painted one of the roofs, but we'll pretend that is fine. But yeah, so this is a build that I'm currently working on, which I thought I would show you guys before I start today's video. Obviously it's not complete yet, there's loads of stuff that needs to be added to it, but this is like a work in progress. I thought I'd, show you a little bit of behind the scenes is what I'm working on instead of doing my gameplay because it doesn't work. So I thought we would just build, and that is all really. So I am going to jump straight into today's video, and today we are going to be recreating my very first build, or at least some of the first builds I ever made. Today is my second anniversary on YouTube. My YouTube channel is 2 years old. I've had this account since I was like 16, so it's probably like 8 years old, but I started posting on the very 1st of August in 2022, and today is August the 1st, 2024, so I am officially 2 years old on YouTube. So thank you all so very much for supporting my content. I do appreciate you all so very much. I am super excited to get into today's video, and let's just crack on with the video. This is probably my second build that I ever did. I have recreated my very first build in the past, so I thought we'd do this one today because I haven't ever done it. And as you can tell, I've improved in how many years? 7 years I think I've been building for now, roughly. This was my second build I ever made, okay? It's base game. I have so many questions for my 17-year-old self. What was I thinking? I don't really know how to make this look less awful, but we're gonna try. I think we're just gonna get straight into it because honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I don't know how to make this look less awful is basically what I'm saying. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna put the walls up. I mean, let's have a look around it. What even? I mean, guys, this is like major inspiration for you. If you're not a builder and you think you're not very good, this was my first or second. My second build ever. There is always room for improvement. Bearing in mind, this was in 2017, so we had a lot less packs then. I didn't even wallpaper every room. Oh my goodness. What is the terrain paint? Okay, we're gonna get rid of the terrain paint because that can go. This was the only landscaping I did. Okay, let's just start by removing that. Okay, we're gonna just see where we get to. I think we're gonna remove the platform here. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with this as the shell. Doesn't seem too drastic. We're gonna roof it and just see what awfulness happens. I'm not really sure how to roof it though, to be honest, because it is such an awkward shape. So I think we're just gonna wing it. It's probably gonna look terrible, but it'll be fine. I don't like that at all. We're gonna have to do something like this, I think, but I don't want the middle part of the roof to look weird. I pulled it out way too far. Okay, maybe. Oh goodness, this is gonna be something else, isn't it? Okay, maybe something like. I really hate this part. Okay. How to make it look less awful. This is the problem, guys. If you are new to building, one of my biggest tips is just to not make the build too big because it doesn't work. I suppose that's not too bad. I can live with that. I think one of the biggest mistakes that I definitely made and a lot of new builders make is making the property way too big, and it's just non-functional. It's just a bit, I don't know, it just doesn't look right, and I don't know, it's just not so good. So that is my biggest tip, is just to make the build a lot smaller than you think it needs to be. I mean, I think that looks okay. It's just this bit that I'm a bit like, should we, I mean, to be fair, we could completely detach this, couldn't we? If we go downstairs, if I put in a wall by here, maybe we could just move this box. We could move it and then move it back a little bit, and then we could have it as like a garage. Like this. Yeah, that works a lot better. I think I'm going to make this smaller as well. I know I said I wasn't going to change the existing walls, but like this just had to. There wasn't any fixing that. I think we're going to put this roof here because it just seems the most appropriate. Maybe something like that. Oh, that's okay. I don't like this part. I wish this was more like this, but I don't know how that would work because of the height, but it's fine. it's the best we're going to get, I think. Need a fence to go around here. I'm going to use the new one from Lovestruck, I think. I haven't actually used it yet. And we do need some stairs, of course, to get into the house. So I think I'm going to put them all across the front like this. It's kind of a bit funky, not gonna lie. I kind of want to bring this out a little bit. I think that looks better like that. Maybe we can just add a little fence, because I don't want it to go all the way around. I'm thinking maybe just like this. I know it kind of cuts in with the garage slightly, but it'll be okay. And I think we might bring this out one more, like that. Okay, that's a lot better than it was before. And I think we're going to put some pillars on this section, because it looks more like an actual, what's the word? Like overhang. I don't know the specific word. Porched area, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And I did also lose a pillar on the corner, each side. There we go. Okay, I mean, it's a lot better than it was. Okay, I'm going to give you a mini terrain tutorial from my, like, amazing knowledge. Joking. So from the garage, we're going to just drag it. I'm going to have some sort of curve, because curves in the game make everything look more realistic. Why? Because we don't really have that many curved items, and I just think it looks good. So we're going to have like the main entryway down here, so that they have to come in through this section. Now, I always include dirt all the way around my house because it just makes it look more realistic. You don't have to do this, but these are just my little building tips for you. So I went ahead and added in all of the windows. We are using Lovestruck windows. The back of the house isn't complete yet, so kind of just ignore that for now. But I thought we would start by adding in a fence, because we will need to section this off slightly, of course. I always use this fence. Why? I don't really know. I just do, and it's pretty, so we're using it. So we're gonna just go ahead and add in the fence. I kind of think that maybe we could have something angled like this. Maybe we have something like that. So that is kind of like an angled entryway. I think is quite cute. And maybe we can have... Actually, I'm not sure if I want to put this all the way along here. Maybe I do. I'm not sure yet. I think that looks cute though. So we've got like a little bit of an angled entryway, and it looks a bit more realistic. We're going to go ahead and put in some landscaping, because as you could see last time, I didn't landscape at all. I didn't know how to landscape. I didn't know the buttons to press. Honestly, I only learned some of the buttons that you needed to press last year. So, you know, everything's a learning curve. It's all a process. And if you are new to building and you're very like, what's the word? I can't think today, guys. Like discouraged? I don't know what the word is. Disencourage? I don't know. If you haven't got faith in yourself, let's just say, then just know that it does get better, and every single day that you build, you are learning. And if on day one it doesn't look like, you know, the builds that you see on the internet, they never do, okay? They will, just not on day one. And I think that's the most important thing, is to not give up, because if you give up, then you have no chance of achieving that. Whereas if you keep trying, then you have 100% chance of achieving the builds that you want to create. And if I'd stopped, as you saw at the beginning of this, if I'd stopped there, I would never be where I am today. And it's a lot of fun being a builder, and I get to inspire you guys, and you can 100% do that as well for a younger generation of simmers. And when I was 14 and I was watching Life Simmer, I would never have imagined that I'm doing this today, and I get to do this every single day, and it's my job. It's just amazing, and I'm just so grateful for all of you guys, and I'm so glad that you like my content, because if you didn't, then I wouldn't be a creator. But with that being said though, you can 100% do this as well, and I get quite a few comments of people going, how do you do it? Or not necessarily on YouTube, but on my Facebook groups, I apologize if I sound like I'm sad, by the way. Someone commented saying, "Are you okay?" Like they were being sweet, they weren't being rude or anything. But I've got really bad allergies and my voice sounds really like raspy. So I'm not sad, I promise you I'm fine. But if you do think that my voice sounds like it's really sad, it's just the allergies because yay, your girl's got hay fever. But no, I'm okay. She says she sounds like this. But no, I'm fine. The joys of allergies, but there we are. What was I saying? I can't even remember what I was saying, but basically just don't give up. It's my like little speech for the day. These two can stay. So this being the garage, I tend to section this bit off just so we've got like an outside building. You don't have to put windows in the back, but I tend to just to make it a little bit more, you know, open. So yeah, so I know that I'm going to need a downstairs bathroom, so let's just say we put it here. This isn't how we're going to have to keep it, it's just a pointer. So I tend to put the stairs at an angle. So I sometimes like to do stuff like this. I think that this works quite nicely where you've got like a little corner, it's not taking up too much room. I tend to add a little box behind the stairs just because it kind of looks a bit weird, it's just one square. So we have an entryway into the bathroom, we have an entryway somewhere here to the garage. Now we do have a very big open space. Now this is a problem, obviously because we are recreating my old build. I didn't want to change it around too much, but if I was doing this from scratch I would not have just one big box. That is one of the biggest issues with building when you are new, that you don't really know how to scale stuff. That's probably my biggest tip, is learning how to scale stuff, because it just doesn't work. It's too overwhelming. I mean, of course you can make it work, but it's just a bit out of proportion. So we could have a really big hallway, it could be very open plan, we could have like a big chandelier. I'm kind of thinking of like having a big hallway. Maybe if we put a wall like this. So this is our big hallway because we need to break up the space, there's a lot of room. And then maybe we could put in, I'm trying to visualize this, we could have a really big kitchen and we could have the lounge in this section. And this is like the kitchen dining room. Now, how do you section this up, you may ask? It's a struggle. When you've got a giant box like this, it's definitely a struggle. You have to kind of like visualize as best you can how it could work. So what I tend to do is kind of picture maybe, okay, say this corner we have a little pantry or laundry room perhaps in here. So you could enter it from here, but if you chose to, you could put the door here and you still have an entrance to the garage. Now if you do want to break up the space but don't want to make it like too boxed in, I tend to do a half wall so that we do have an open space but it's still a bit enclosed but not too much. So you've got this sort of thing going on. So we would have, say, the kitchen cabinets by here, an open island section in the middle, not too sure over here, and maybe a smaller table, and then maybe like a bigger dining room here. Again, this space is way too big. This is not what you want to do, but because we are still recreating my previous builds, I have to make it somewhat the same. So when we come to the upstairs, I think this is almost worse in a way, trying to break up the rooms. So we're just going to say we've got a really big household, okay? We've got like a multi-generational home going on. I've just realised that the windows are different heights by here, so I'm going to drag them down slightly. So we do have the stairs coming up here, which is fine. I tend to keep the big window open if possible. It's not always possible, but I like to keep it open if I can. So I'm going to keep this as a bathroom in this little corner over here. I'm probably going to make maybe something like this. I know it sticks out a little bit, which is kind of a bit invasive, but I think we could put a bedroom in the corner over here. Maybe this could be a corridor. We have a very big corridor. Let's just put that there for now. We could, I really don't like that, that is way too big. Okay, we're going to put a bedroom. I'm going to say that is a massive room. We're going to have a bedroom there and a smaller bedroom by here. We're going to put a bathroom in this corner. That is a very funky floor plan. That is definitely not something that I would usually do, but this kind of works for this shape. Okay, so like I said, keep the main window open, a little tiny window, whatever, it's fine. Then we do have a bathroom, another bathroom, and 4 bedrooms. I think this works okay. It's definitely not what I would do now, but as we are recreating an existing shell more or less, then this is probably the best we're going to get. I do like to keep it quite open plan because I just find it works better for me as a game player. Because I do play the game as well as just build. Building's probably one of the hardest things in the game, but it's definitely sometimes easier to have it open plan, especially when you do have toddlers or infants or whatever. It's much easier to kind of maneuver around the space. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and include some doors because I want to keep this as open plan as possible. I do own every pack, as you guys know, so if you don't own these items, feel free to replace them with whatever you do have. But this is also from the Industrial Loft kit. I adore this kit. I think that it just works in every one of my builds and I just love it. So we're going to put in these big open doors. I want to make it quite modern on the inside because I think it looks quite modern on the outside. And we're going to put the same on this side. I use these in everything. I just think that it's gorgeous. We're then going to go ahead and use the Strangerville doors because I kind of feel like they are kind of like an old farmhouse vibe, but still modern in a way. I haven't used this carpet in so long. This is what I used to use all the time, as you can see. I'm going to put in an archway, which is from the Riviera Retreat kit, in this section because it is a laundry slash like pantry room. So I think that'd be quite nice in there. And we need another door into the garage. So I'm going to put this in the corner as so. So that is the downstairs floor plan. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's not too overly complicated. I tried to keep it fairly easy. So we're going to put in the upstairs doors. There aren't any en-suites in this particular home. I suppose you could add one here if you really wanted to, but I tend not to because I do have a lot of children in the game and they all need a bathroom space. So I'm going to just leave it like this. I think we do need to include a window on the side because we have put a bedroom in this middle section, which I wouldn't normally do, so it is a little bit of a weird little window there, but I don't want them to have no light. So we do have to include that by there. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the floor and the windows and I'll catch you back with you guys. Why do I keep doing this? The end of my fences never join. Anyway, so this is our house. This is our remodel of our original shell that we have. I think it's really cute. Obviously we're not done yet, but I think that this is a good starting point. Of course, I will at some point furnish the inside, but I didn't want to make today's video too long. It was kind of a bit more like a chill day, building tutorial sort of thing. So I am going to carry on landscaping. I'm going to focus more on the exterior because I know a lot of you guys are really good at interior, but landscaping isn't everyone's best strength, and it's definitely not mine. I spent a long time trying to get better at landscaping, and I think over time you get better at it, but it is definitely a skill that you have to have patience for, and it's not easy. Landscaping can be very difficult in The Sims especially. My mum is a garden designer, and whenever I build I'm like, what do you think I should do here? So it does help having someone in the field in real life. No, but she's wonderful, and it's difficult because we don't have that many options for plants, and you know, we do have limited options we can choose from, but we can make it work. So I do tend to include just some like greenery around the corners of the building, just because it kind of makes it seem a bit more lived in, more realistic, a bit more, you know, I think greenery anywhere just makes the build look more realistic, because that is what real life builds look like. They always have some greenery here and there. So if that is something you struggle with, I highly recommend it. Just throwing in these four or five items that I'm using. The long grasses, this like leafy plant, I don't know what the name is, does it say? A green fern, that's the word. What is this one? Hydrangea. I actually have loads of these in my parents' garden and they are very pretty. They are like a bright blue. They're even bluer than this. They're like this colour. It's insane, they're gorgeous. So I definitely recommend those. Also, if you do want to make it feel a bit more realistic, if you change the lighting, I usually build in the evening light. It makes everything look a bit nicer, as opposed to if you build in like this, the build looks a bit dull. So I tend to try and find a build that works in evening lighting. So there we go. And then if you go to the night time, you go to outdoor lights, and I tend to use this particular light just to try and like brighten up the space a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to properly furnish it, but I'm going to make it as if I was going to upload it to the gallery, just to show you where I would put the things. I can't do it though without properly designing, I can't help myself. Okay, we're just going to put in cabinets. Okay, so the kitchen would be here. It's so hard not to decorate properly. We would definitely have an island, so it would somewhat be like this, maybe in the middle of the room. I think that it looks quite modern, it's quite pretty. I don't really know what I'd put over here, to be honest. Maybe just like a little sofa or something. And then we'd have like a big dining space by here, I feel like, because it is quite a big open space. So maybe it's something like this, and we'd put in, let's find some chairs. Something like this. Again, this build is massive. I wouldn't do this now, but if you were building in a big space, I would do something like this. Now I'd put in a welcome mat by here. Okay, so that is our downstairs, complete in terms of what I would place there. And then upstairs, I'd probably put this as the master bedroom if I was going to decorate properly. I'd probably put this sort of style because it is quite a big house. I'd probably do this, but I always press the Alt key on my keyboard and drag it back slightly like that. I always use these end tables from Seasons because they are the perfect size in my opinion. Just the back of the shower is against the wall and the sink is in front of the glass. That works out a bit nicer. Then I'd probably have these two as like a children's room and a teen's room perhaps, so we could possibly have bunk beds in this room. Usually use this wardrobe, however, as you can see, there's not much room on the wall, so in that instance I do tend to go, where is it? If I could find it, that would be great. This one, this works well. You can put it in this corner, it suits a kid's room, it's cute, it doesn't take up too much room. I'd probably do something like that, just so the room, I'm just trying to show you the room layouts that I'd probably choose. And then of course this is the teenager's room, so I'd probably, we're going to use a love struck bed because why not. I'd probably put a bed like this, so it's next to a window. I may put it like that, but because we haven't got a window here, I'd probably turn it around and put it like here. And then I would put one of the new end tables in here because they're adorable. Weird if we were going through the teenager's room, so I'm not going to do that. So we're going to put a sink in this corner, and we're going to put a toilet in this corner. Now the hallway can be whatever you want it to be. I don't tend to fill it up drastically, but this is the sort of thing I would do. This is without decorating, this is just like the bare basics of what I would include. You can do it differently. If you prefer to have the rooms in a different layout, a different setup, different ages, it's completely your choice, but this is just what I would do for this particular shape. So with that being said, I am going to end the video by here for today, guys. So I'm going to stop rambling. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all of my links in my description. I have my custom build link if you guys would like a build made by me. You can click it on my affiliate link with Fiverr down below. I do have my giveaway with Instant Gaming, and I also have my affiliate link with Instant Gaming. You can get discounted packs and a percentage of the income that comes to the creator, in this instance myself, so you can support me and get discounted packs. A win-win situation for both of us. Thank you all so very much for 2 years on YouTube. I love and appreciate you all so very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Let's Play episode. Have the best day, guys, and see you next time. Bye.